All right, and next up we got Niko Price taking on Michel Pereira. Niko coming in here, 31 years old, 6 foot with a 76-inch reach. Pereira is coming in here, 27 years old, 6'1 with a 73-inch reach. Breaking down Niko's last fight, man, it was against, I believe it was against Cowboy, right? That was his last fight. Man, what can we say? It was really lackluster. I didn't see how, going into that fight, I just didn't see how Cerrone was going to, stand with Niko for very long, and lo and behold, he went in there and stood 15 minutes with them and absorbed over 100 and something strikes. And I thought he won the fight. I had money on Niko, but at the time, it was a split draw. It's called a no contest now, but yeah, man, I thought personally that Niko Price lost that fight. I don't know if he was just being starstruck or whatnot, which he was kind of acting like he was all fight week. Other than that, Niko comes to fight. His last fight before that was against Vicente Luque, which, he was giving it to Vicente pretty good. He ended up getting stopped late in that fight, but that was a doctor stoppage just because his face was busted. His nose was leaking. His eyes was cut. It was just terrible look for him, so they just stopped it for him. Pretty much saved him from himself. The fights before that, man, you can kind of call him fluky almost, man. Like, the James Vick fight, he won by up kick. But the reason why he was on his back to throw the up kick in the beginning was because James Vick dropped him. So I mean, you know what I mean? There's that one. The Tim Means fight before that, he did knock the shit out of him and broke his ankle on the way down, which was a great knockout. I'll give him that one. The Randy Brown fight, man, he hit Randy Brown with some hammer fits from the bottom, and knocked him out, which I think if that fight played out again, Randy Brown would fucking style all over him. So, yeah, man, I think Niko just, had those flashes and, looks good even when he loses sometimes. He gives you a show, dropping Jeff Neal and stuff like that, in his loss and shit like that. So I think people put a lot of stock into that, and I just don't think, I think that last fight with Donald Cerrone just really showed us where Niko's at. So the comeback with Pereira, though, on the other hand, he's looking like he's turning the corner more or less. In his last fight against Imadaev, I'm thinking that's how you say his name, right? Yeah, sorry guys. No, his last fight was against Chaos. That's right. He went to a decision and won that, and that was actually a good look for him. He showed that he didn't need the quick finish against a powerful striker, and he was more calculated and landed better strikes and more volume on Chaos. So that was a good look. And Chaos is looking good. Just had a win over Matthew Selmesberger, 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, man, that was a good look for him. The fight before that was against the Zalim Imadaev, where, at the weigh-ins he got slapped or whatnot, and he fucking went off on that fight. He was slapping homeboy with fucking... Man, you can't even call that shit a Stockton slap. It was more than that. He was, literally, palm fucking striking him. It was nasty, man, and it looks like he's turned a corner. As long as he's not doing all that stupid shit like he did in those first two fights, against, the first couple fights, against Conley and Diego, all that stupid shit he was doing. If he can get that under wraps, man, he is a threat. He's super dynamic, super explosive. He has power, and he has a chin. We just seen him in his last fight. He can have a gas tank if he composes himself. So, yeah, man, I got Pereira in this one all day. Who you got?
Yeah, so for me, Niko, by the way, 14-4, and Pereira at 25-11. Starting off with Niko, man, he bounced back from his first career loss against Vicente back in 2017. Then he had a 4-2 run in the UFC that saw him score 3 Performance of the Night bonuses along the way, man. He was super exciting to watch. Everybody loved the Niko Price fight. Then he enters, now he's coming in on Saturday on a 2-fight winless streak, falling to Vicente Luque in what was an entertaining rematch. And then he got that no contest against Donald Cerrone, because of that. What was it? It was draw originally, right?
Yeah, it was
and then it was a no contest because he failed that drug test.
Fight.
Yeah, and then, 13 of his stoppages... He has 13 stoppages, and 10 of them are by knockout. He does like to finish the fight, though he, and then for Pereira, he started his run with a bonus, winning knockout over Danny Roberts. Pereira struggled just to maintain momentum, dropping dropping a decision to Conley, and then getting himself disqualified against Sanchez with that illegal knee. Just he's just a very entertaining guy. He's always up for a performance of the night bonus. Then he had that submission win that you spoke about against Imadaev, and then handling Chaos as well to give him his first loss. But he is giving up 3 inches of reach here, despite being the taller man by 1 inch. I agree with you. He just needs to toning down the acrobatics in favor of his mobile style. That turned Pereira from like a sideshow into like a legitimate threat in this division. He's big for this weight class, and and I think his skills are going to be on full display here. He's got all the footwork. He's got the speed to run circles around Price, who'll have in all sorts of trouble if getting into Price is going to have all kinds of trouble getting into like a slugfest when Pereira refuses to stay in the pocket. So as long as he keeps his composure and he's got all the tools to just neutralize everything that Pierce tries to throw on him. So this is going to be a fun fight. I do think that even if Price does manage to turn this into a brawl, I trust Pereira's chin and a lot more than I do Price's at the end of the day. But Pereira, he does play Matador until the opportunity arises for him to shut the lights out. And I think that might happen. Rather it's by finish or by decision. I also got Pereira getting the win. They have the odds at him at -165, Niko plus 135.
Yeah, man, for sure. What we can count on is this fight's going to be super entertaining, super exciting. But yeah, man, I also just think Pereira's going to be too much for him. I don't know if a finish is live, man, but yeah, man, I might have Pereira in some of my parlays here for sure.
All right, both on Pereira on this fight.